All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Filmbox Podcast, now in HD. We got some video quality here. We're moving up in the world. I'm your wonderful host, Aaron Souza, and I'm joined here today by my two good friends, Connor Jameson and Sam Majewski. Per usual, the usual crew. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Alive.
Yeah, well. Oh, and we got a Brendan Fraser appearance in the back here.
We got a chonkers. I wouldn't say this is high definition, but it is for sure defined.
It is a definition. We'll go with that. We've got video now, which is awesome, and we're gonna be really bad with it. I know it already. Like, no one's gonna be looking at our cameras. I just know it, but it's gonna be fine. We're still here to deliver the same audio quality and bad takes and all that fun stuff per usual. But yeah, so I guess kicking things off. So this is going to be an episode. We're going to be doing a Marvel movie tier list for this for the majority of this episode, which I think is going to be really, really fun. But before we get into that, first I want to ask you guys, one, what have you seen recently? Give me a quick rundown. It's a good thing that we didn't write any of this down because I don't remember it either. But Sam, you just saw a big one today, so I wanted you to talk about that a little bit.
Over the past couple of weeks, I watched all 10 Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that was a journey you put yourself on. I don't know why.
Yeah, so I'm doing the Fast X review. Should be coming out later this week or next week. I just saw that today, and I've seen a couple of them before, like several years ago, but I've never seen all of them. Didn't know how they all interconnected, so I was on a adventure to watch all of them in a row, and yeah, so I just finished that today. So
good stuff. I mean, I commend you because I was impressed when Connor did all three Creeds in one day.
No, it was all four John Wicks.
Oh, it was all four John Wicks in one day. And to just even think about watching all 10 Fast and Furious movies over the span of like a week and a half is just, it hurts. It hurts my mind.
The first four are really good, but then it just was like, all right, do you really have to? Two cars can drive us safe throughout Rio de Janeiro and be fine. Yeah, okay.
It's funny. I saw there's a meme going around on Twitter.
On the thread.
Yeah, it's like, name the point where you stopped believing that Fast and Furious could be realistic. It was just all people replying. One person did reply the safe scene.
Yeah, and then I forget. I think it's like the 7th or 8th one when they fly a car into space.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? I'm like, all right.
Oh my god!
I like the one where Vin Diesel catches a car midair.
Yeah, he catches okay,
while riding another car.
Sure, buddy.
There was a couple in this one, in the latest one.
Oh man,
I love it.
That was,
well, if you're looking for unhinged action, I guess Fast X is your go-to.
Honestly, at this point, I don't even think they're trying to hide it anymore. I think they're just purposely putting these impossible scenarios in the movies.
They're just in the boardroom, all right, what crazy shit can we do today? What's the best?
It's like that guy who he has a bit on TikTok where he just snorts cocaine. He's like, all right, let's make a movie plot right now. Except they're actually fuck, okay, where else can we go? We took them to space. Have they gone to the bottom of the ocean yet? I don't know.
Let's do it.
Not yet. Boom. Okay. Fast 11 or Fast 10 Part 2.
Fast 10.33333.
Well, because each movie's named different. You got Fast and Furious, the Furious.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to remind me after Connor and I did that framed. Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's gonna be called Rapido 11.
El Rapido.
Rapido.
Oh my god!
Or Family 11.
We are
the
family.
The Fast
11.
and the Family.
Oh,
The Family and the
hey,
Furious.
I got some stuff going up around here.
It'll make millions.
Yeah. Connor, what have you seen recently? I gave you enough time to think about it.
You gave me too much time because I haven't really watched anything. Been on a little downtrend. The only 3 things I've watched since our last recording: Hypnotic,
mm,
The Mother,
mm,
and White Men Can't Jump.
on a great streak there.
Yeah. So I mean, Ben Affleck gets the crown of best project that Connor saw within a week, but
It's
I,
not a high bar.
no, I am. Thank God June is coming up because June's got some
Dude,
bangers on the
you've got
horizon.
quite a list of stuff coming.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the whale's back. Hello, Rowdy. That's my cat, Rowdy. Oh, and she's gone. No, and I saw Love Again most recently, which was an experience. It's so if you're not familiar, it's the rom com with Priyanka Chopra Jonas and Sam Heughan. And when I tell you this movie was probably the most predictable movie I've seen in 2023, like I'm talking like you could watch it and go beat for beat, like, okay, this happens. Oh, there it happened. All right, this is gonna happen. Oh, there it is. It's like literally like imagine your standard rom com and then put it on a screen, and that's what it is.
I mean, at least she has Citadel going for her. That
Mm,
show's been pretty well received.
yeah. Hopefully she gets more. She's a very prominent Bollywood actress, but needs more in the U.S. But enough about movies that we've been watching. Before we get into the Marvel tier list, I got a game for you guys. I got a game.
Okay.
Okay. And this is a game that we've already played once on this podcast, but it was just with
This is my
Connor.
favorite game.
It's
No.
Connor's favorite game. This is a game I like to
Lame.
call this is a game I like to call movie
Is it
character or
cake?
baseball player. Is it cake? Yeah. Movie character or baseball player. So I've got a list of baseball player names and movie character names. I'm going to ask you guys whether it's a movie character or baseball player. You have to tell me whether it's one of each. And if it's a movie character, I'll give you a bonus point if you tell me where or what movie they're from. Okay?
Well, name a movie they star in.
Well, no. These are
Well,
like
it'll
the
be like the
characters,
character
the
name.
character name,
Oh, not the
not the actor. Yeah,
Oh,
no.
got it. Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to start with this one. All right. Nymphadora Tonks.
Oh, that's an actress
That's
from Harry
Okay.
Potter, right?
a character. Yeah.
That would be
Yep.
be a character from, not an actress, a character from Harry Potter.
That's the character.
Yes.
Her first appearance is in the Order of the Phoenix.
I knew you were gonna get that right away, but I gave you an easy one too. Some of these are not so easy. All right. Here's another one for you. I've got Sookie Saperstein. Sookie Saperstein. Connor, I'll give you your guess first.
I'm gonna say movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a movie.
Wow. You guys are both correct. It is from. Can you tell me if you can tell me the movie that this character's from? I will give you $10.
I know there's a movie. I don't know if it is a movie, right?
Yes, it is a movie.
Okay. I don't know why I had a TV show because I've heard the name Mr. Saperstein.
I think that sounds familiar too. I think I've heard.
Yeah.
It, but I'm not exactly. The Sandlot.
It's not the Sandlot.
I don't know. I'm just
I
guessing.
would know. It's not the Sandlot.
Excuse me.
You with me. I don't know.
It is from the movie Igby Goes Down.
Never seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured. Okay.
Would not have guessed
Next one we got. Calvin Coolidge, Julius Caesar, Tuskahoma McLish. Is that a movie character or a baseball player?
That's a movie character. That sounds oddly familiar.
I'm gonna go movie as well.
Why does that sound familiar?
That is in fact a baseball player.
Is it really? Why does
Calvin
that sound
Coolidge, Julius Caesar, Tuskahoma McLish was in fact a baseball player.
That man must have been like a first generation American.
Mm.
Like
He-
he got
he-
off at Ellis Island, and they were like,
What do we do with him? He was a pitcher. He played from
Philadelphia
1946 to 1964 in the majors. He was a major leaguer for 15 seasons.
What was his B WAR?
His
His
WAR
F
was 8. He went 92 and 92 with a 4.01 ERA.
His name is Cal McLish.
Cal McLish, yep. Also known as his full name, Calvin Coolidge Julius Caesar Tuskahoma McLish.
Dude, why? That sounds that would sound familiar though. I don't.
I'm gonna be honest. I guess movie because Sam, you seem so confident.
he was confident too.
I'm playing the mind control game.
Yeah, he's playing the mind games. All right. All right, I'll do 2 more here. All right. Connor, you might know one of these, but I don't know if I want to use it. All right, I'll do this one. All right. We've got Johnny Dickshot.
Oh, ooh, he's a baseball player.
Baseball player.
Yeah, that's a baseball player.
Johnny Dickshot, baby.
Johnny Dickshot. Oh my goodness.
You want to know how he got that name?
How?
He got shot in the dick.
So stupid.
That's how they named people back then.
Yep. Oh my
Joey
God.
Peanut Arm.
All right. And then I've got all right. So I'll do okay. The next name, I've not been keeping score, by the way, so I don't know who's gonna win.
We're at the tie.
Okay,
yeah,
3
yeah.
apiece. Okay. Pickles Dillhofer.
I'm gonna say baseball player.
I'm gonna guess movie.
That is a baseball player. Connor, you are now 1 point ahead.
I was gonna say you gotta. The rule of old timey baseball players is they're just named after what's in the room
Yep.
or what they're doing.
Yep. All right, and the last one that I'm gonna give you is Hail Caesar.
Hail Julius Caesar, Calvin Coolidge.
Yeah, movie.
I'm gonna say movie.
That is a movie. That is from The Expendables. Another entry. If you remember the last time we played this, I used Toll Road. Toll Road was a name from The Expendables. Well, it's back. Hail Caesar is also a name of a character in The Expendables.
I think they're coming out with the 4th one, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. All right. So Connor, you win the second edition of
Back-to-back champ.
movie character or baseball player. But this was a close one. It was a lot closer than I thought. I'm gonna have to come up with some more names, as I'm running low. All right. Well, I think now that we've gotten our whistles wet, we're warmed up, we're ready to go. It's time to do our Marvel tier list. So Connor, why don't you bring up that list?
All right, boys. We have. Let's go to the top. All MCU movies and series updated to Game of Thrones. Oh
nice.
God!
Nice.
Guardians of the
Updated to
Galaxy
Game of
Volume 3.
Thrones.
Tier list maker.
Fantastic.
So
All right.
we have literally everything. Specials included.
Mm-hmm.
And our tiers, starting from the bottom, the pee pee poo poo tier. Speaks for itself. Martin Scorsese was right, if you remember that, his comments.
It's like a multi-year long saga. If no one knows
this podcast, it goes back to our
in
Our
in
little
it was junior year of college. So this was at least 3 or 4 years ago. Connor and I started a different movie podcast called Ready Set Cut, which is, I believe, technically still around if you could find it. But
No.
anyways, the very first episode that we recorded of that podcast was right when the Martin Scorsese MCU comments came out.
Mm-hmm. He called them a carnival, like not real cinema.
Yeah.
But above that, we have the mid cinematic universe. Just average. Above that, B.
It's just B.
Uh,
B.
Above that, now this is cinema. And our top tier is Peak. The boys.
All right, let's kick this thing off. What do we want? Do we want to just like do a random one, or do we want to just go in order that it has it here?
I was thinking.
probably do it chronological order,
I think this is,
or
it's a
no,
little
not
shaky.
not chronological.
Like release
in
order?
list order.
Release order.
I
yeah.
believe this. Yeah, you might be right. This might actually be in
I
release
think this
order.
is- Yeah.
So
Anyway, we're just gonna go across the list.
okay.
Because I don't want to have to look anything up. So the Incredible Hulk, Ed Norton.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, haven't seen it.
You're not
Actually,
missing much,
I was gonna say it's nothing special.
but it's not terrible.
So it sounds like
It-
this might be the definition of mid cinematic universe.
I was maybe around Scorsese was
I
right.
was gonna say maybe Scorsese.
All right.
Like it looks pretty bad now.
Okay. Fair enough.
Oh, I guess the only plus is Liv Tyler's in it. So
Oh, well,
Yeah.
That definitely bumps it up a bit.
hmm Next up, the original Iron Man.
Peak. Give me peak.
Mm.
Oh.
I don't think it's peak.
Oh.
I think it's cinema.
All
I
right.
think it's cinema. I don't think it's.
I
peak.
don't think.
All right. You know what? I'll
peak
give you that. I'll give you that. I can
Oh.
agree to now this is cinema.
It basically started off the MCU.
It's a great
Exactly.
movie. Like when you look at it as like a solo movie, it's awesome. It
Yeah,
gets you in.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
perfectly well too. Like the effects in it were probably better than the ones in excuse me, my voice is giving out. It's probably better than some of the movies we're seeing now.
Oh yeah. I mean, the original Iron Man suit, the way that he like gets in that initial
Oh my
like
God.
suit up is just so good.
It's just I don't care that it takes them like 30 minutes. Like, it's so
Worth
so
it.
I got a question for you guys.
Mm.
Do you think Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark is one of the best castings of all time?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean,
Yeah.
it's up there. There's other ones that are like Doc Brown in Back to the Future, perfectly cast.
Yep.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd, perfect. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. it's like Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. Like that's just them. It's just it, man.
Mhm.
It must feel good as a casting director when you really nail a casting and you're like, yeah, pat myself
that's-
on the back.
that's the thing. I feel like that, and if like you cast a rom-com or like a romance movie and the leads start dating in real life,
You're like
that's got to be like I am so good at my
it's like,
job.
I know.
Next up, Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2 is worse. I mean, I
It's-
still like it.
For sure, it's not bad. I would probably put it in mid, but
I think I'd vote mid on that.
See,
was
I
still
was
pretty
thinking
good.
B though. I like it. I don't know. Maybe it's just because Iron Man is my favorite of a superhero, but like I enjoy. I also tend to enjoy the lesser films in a way as well. Like like when watching Star Wars, I enjoy watching episodes 1 and 2, which for some people,
loser.
yeah, well, it gets to a point, but
I'm kidding.
They're just overhated.
yeah.
They're boring.
I don't know. I mean, if you want to give it mid, if that's the consensus.
I mean, I think I have a hot take coming in a bit.
Uh-oh.
But,
There's gonna be a lot of hot takes in this one.
oh, for sure. But I think this is like just the perfect average Marvel movie.
Okay.
So we good with mid?
Okay. So that's like our baseline. Like totally average is it's
Mhm.
Iron Man 2. Is it
Yeah.
Iron Man 2? Average.
The first Thor.
Put it in
Next.
pee pee poo poo.
Yes.
God, that that movie is bad.
It's like boring bad.
Yo, just what they did to Chris Hemsworth's fucking eyebrows is enough for me to put it in pee pee poo poo.
He looked pee pee poo poo.
He did.
But Natalie Portman.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah, and
how
she's
much
better
can
in
she really
others.
save? Yeah, you know.
Actually, I don't know if I believe that, to be honest. I don't think she. I mean, Thor 2. If only she was in Ragnarok, then I would be confidently saying yes, she's been in a better Thor movie.
I think the thing about the original Thor, it's like the CGI is not good. The plot is just not good. Like it's just
They kind of wasted a Hawkeye cameo.
yeah.
Like he literally was just there with a bow and arrow, and he's like, I could shoot, but I'm not. Like the first time I saw it, and then he showed up in Avengers, I was like, that guy was important.
It's like, oh,
Kind of. He just gets his own show in 10 years. It's fine.
Yeah.
it's the slow burn that really gets you.
So pee pee poo poo.
That's what that's what I say. I think it's bad.
We can always adjust too once we see how the rest of the tier looks. But I think we'll start with pee pee poo poo.
Okay.
Captain America, the first one.
Would it be wrong to say B?
No,
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't. Yeah.
I
that
think
sounds
it's
about
B.
right.
I think it's a little bit better than Iron Man 2, but it's not Iron Man 1 levels.
It's not. Yeah. It's
Mhm.
and it's yeah.
I
Okay.
think people. It's been very popular to say like this is one of the best trilogies. I don't think. I think the first Captain America is the weak spot.
Yeah,
But
no,
I mean,
agree.
but like Winter Soldier and Civil War are great.
Are they?
Like, they'll
they
probably
are
be.
better, yeah.
They'll be up there.
Mm.
So B is no shame. The Avengers.
I'm debating between Peak and Now This Is Cinema.
Yeah, me too. I think
I was gonna say this is peak.
Oh, that's Peak.
This was
Interesting.
like the coolest. Like when I first saw this on DVD, I watched it like 3 times in one day.
Oh wow,
Like, I was hooked.
nice.
I think this is peak. Not. I think we'll probably talk about this later, but not as peak as some of the other movies on this list.
Mm-hmm.
But
so like low end of Peak.
It is.
Yeah.
I think it is better than Iron Man.
You are right though when you say like okay, when it came out, this was like this
was it.
This
yeah.
was the movie. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm good
we'll
with that.
put Avengers peak.
All
right.
It aged pretty okay.
Yeah. They fixed Chris Hemsworth's eyebrows, so
Mhm.
that was a step up.
Iron Man 3. Ooh. This is where my hot take is. I love Iron Man 3.
A man of taste, I see.
I think it is. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I do like it better than the second one, but not as good as the first one.
See, I like. So there's 2 reasons I like it so much.
Mm-hmm.
One, I think it's so cool to have to see him like do a mission essentially without his suit.
Yep, I like that.
And then he actually gets to like save regular people, like falling from that plane. I thought that scene was so fucking cool.
And the whole idea of it is like, okay, well, yeah, he has to do things without his suit, but like also like he's coming to grips with himself and growing
Mhm.
as a character as the movie progresses, and he has to deal with his PTSD from New York, which is a thing that carries through the whole rest of Avengers, you know.
Mhm.
So it's like a whole big deal. Yeah, and that's kind of the beginning of it. I'd be down to put it in B. I wouldn't put it as good as Iron Man, but I'd be for sure okay with B.
Okay. I'll put it at the front of B because I think it's better than Captain America.
Mm.
Um. Next up, Thor: Dark World. I think this is pretty easy.
Yeah, peak.
Join your
Oh,
yourself
really?
in
I
the
was gonna bump it up just a little bit to Scorsese was right, but
Wait, really? Did you like the second one better than the first one?
it didn't have the eyebrows.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez, your tier is just eyebrows.
Yeah.
Good. Bad.
Well, I mean, it was. I've seen Dark World once. Don't remember a thing about it really. So,
It's not that memorable.
and I saw it recently, too, like within the past couple years. I never saw it when it came out. It's been like in the past couple years that I saw it, and I still don't. I like hardly remember. All I remember is Loki fake died,
Yeah,
and they fought on like in like Washington D.C. or something like that.
I think maybe
Well,
it
he
takes
faked
place
it,
in
well,
Europe.
Yeah, we went to that like desolate planet, and that's
Yeah, they went to the desolate
Yeah.
planet, and then they ended up on like on back on Earth in like some weird
it
place.
was in it was in Scotland.
Yeah, I thought it was like abroad.
Okay.
Yeah, see, it's a forgettable movie.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, we get introduced to the reality stone. So,
Oh well.
all right, all right.
All right, fuck
Glad
me
you
then.
guys.
Moving on.
Next up, Captain America: Winter Soldier.
I mean, it's pretty good.
I think it's the
I'd-
best Captain America movie.
Is
I
it
would say
peak
this
though?
is peak.
Yeah. I'm
I
glad
think
you.
it's the best standalone.
I'd say yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say
It's just
yeah.
such a cool concept, like the vigilante kind of
like the spy.
the spy thriller type of thing.
Mhm.
Like, there's a lot of good concepts there for sure.
Mhm. And they executed pretty well with that.
Mhm.
Some movies don't do that
yeah.
well, but
And then, but we got Winter Soldier introduced, which is
Mhm.
fucking cool.
Dude, Sebastian Stan is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best additions in the MCU.
Who the hell is Bucky? I think Peak's gonna have some company.
Yeah, Guardians.
the-
Guardians.
The Guardians.
Peak.
you gotta throw that
That's
up
fucking peak.
I am
man.
on record saying that the Guardians trilogy is the Marvel's only great trilogy of movies, and
Mhm.
by God, I will stand by that opinion.
I don't think anyone's gonna challenge you.
Yeah.
It is. No, it wasn't Guardians 1. Never mind. It's Guardians 2 where I spoiled it for my roommate by accident.
Nice.
Mhm.
Well, you can tell that story when we get to Guardians 2.
Yeah. Avengers: Age of Ultron.
This is where my hot take comes in. I fucking love this movie.
I know you like this one.
I love this movie. This is probably my favorite Avengers movie.
Mm.
Wow, I see my opinions shared.
there.
I don't know. It's just James
overhated.
Spader.
It's overhated for sure.
James
Yeah.
Spader is great as Ultron. The concept is really cool. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how you can beat it.
Well, they did it twice in the next two
Yeah.
Avengers movies.
Yeah.
So, there's just something about it. It's just aesthetically, it just didn't look as nice to me.
Well, it was lower. I mean, kind of lower scale. I mean, there
Well,
wasn't
not-
like.
I mean, a robot was dropping a fucking country out of the sky.
Yeah,
It's pretty high
but,
scale.
like for most of the movie, it was pretty low scale.
I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about like just how everyone looks is just like it's a little off. Like I think everyone looks their best in Infinity War, but
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Where do we want to put it?
I will take no less than B.
That's where I was thinking.
I was gonna put
I
B. Yeah.
appreciate that.
Next up, Ant-Man.
I like it.
I like
It
Ant-Man.
wasn't as bad as some people like to say, but it was very low stakes. Like he fought a wasp guy
Mhm.
in a toy
Just a
train
psychopath.
in a toy train set. Like it's not that like deep.
I mean, up until Quantumania came out, that was probably like one of the most brutal ways to get rid of a enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, pretty low stake, which I like. Like, not everything has to be this
Yeah.
massive global threat.
Hmm.
I
But it
would,
was also just like it was a setup movie for
mhm.
sure for the character and like who they are, and it
Well,
was
it's just a
like
great origin.
yeah.
And Paul Rudd is fucking Paul
Well, Paul
Rudd.
Rudd is Paul Rudd, but I felt like I enjoyed seeing Paul Rudd more in Civil War than I did in Ant-Man.
He's someone where I don't think he needed his own trilogy, but
Mm.
Yeah.
Can we go mid
I'd go mid.
cinematic universe?
I was leaning B, but mid's fine.
I'd go mid. Yeah.
Mid.
High mid. I would go high mid.
Okay.
Next up, Captain America: Civil War.
Peak. Just put it in peak. It's not even a debate. That is
Getting
one
introduced
of
to
the great
Black Panther.
Avengers 2.5.
2.5. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just the
I don't love it as much as you guys. Though.
oh, dude, the
I put it
plot.
in cinema.
Oh, man.
But
The plot
Mm.
though, the plot is great. The concept is great. I mean, it's just the characters like first off,
It-
the duality between Captain America and Iron Man is great. But
Mhm.
like the whole idea of like policing superheroes, like that's such a unique concept that no one explores really. Like not to
Mhm.
the levels that this movie did.
Yeah. No, I thought it was just like it's I don't want to say a character study, but it
It
focused
is.
so much more on like you said, the duality between the two
Mm-hmm.
and like these ideologies, which was I'm sounding so pretentious right now, but
It's all
about the
ideologies, man.
the political ideologies were really under the microscope in this film.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Now, if we're gonna put Winter Soldier in peak, I mean, I think Civil War has to be peak.
Mhm. Next up, Doctor Strange.
Mm.
I similar to Iron Man 3. I really liked just the way like the hero had to win without like his powers really.
He wasn't a god from the get go.
Yeah, like he literally beats like Dormammu by just trapping him in a time loop and
Yeah.
just annoying the shit out of him.
Which is the probably the best ending. Is the most Doctor Strange ending.
Yeah.
Battle wits.
Like it was just so funny. I think they kind of wasted Mads Mikkelsen to be
Mm.
honest, but like I don't know.
We thinking
Benny
B.
Cumberbatch. Yeah. He's good. Uh Guardians Volume 2.
That is now this is cinema for sure.
I was going to say this is cinema.
It was a slight step down from Guardians 1 because they tried to really expand on the scale, the scope of it.
Mhm.
But Ego was, I mean, it was still really, really, really good, but it just didn't have quite as much as the original did.
Yeah, and I think where it maybe lacked in that regard, it's so emotional.
Oh, yeah.
Like that the final like third of the movie, you find me a person who could watch it without a tear in their eye.
Yeah, if you don't cry at the Ravager funeral, you're not human.
Yeah. That's the part I was talking about.
Mhm.
Um,
Just everyone doing the
mhm.
Ravager signal. Oh man, gets me every. I saw it on TikTok the other day and I started crying. I haven't seen this movie in probably 3 years.
When Rocket says, "I'm not losing another friend,"
Oh,
ah,
oh man.
yeah. Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I think it's good.
Ooh, I think it's cinema.
Well,
Oh,
I'm gonna. Oh, this is the this is the hot take I have.
oh
You don't like it?
no.
Well, I was gonna say I think the
Was
Spider-Man trilogy is an overrated trilogy.
oh okay.
I will agree with that,
It's not a bad trilogy.
but
It's
I
good.
don't think it's yeah. I don't think that's the case here.
So I don't mind that take. I think the first one was pretty solid from an origin story standpoint. I think that Spider-Man, and I saw a thread on Twitter. I was reading a thread on Twitter about this today. Spider-Man, the trilogy, really got hit hard by how close it was to Infinity War and Endgame,
Mhm.
because the characters were roped into the Russo brothers, like how they envisioned everything, and what was set up was just disregarded. So, like, at the end of Homecoming, Spider-Man's becoming his own person. He refuses to be a part of the Avengers. He does all this stuff. And then the Russos came in with Infinity War and said, nah,
Nah, he's an
he's an
Avenger.
Avenger, guys. Come on.
One quick throwaway line does not do
Mm,
that. But sticking to Homecoming, like it's such a good like high school coming of age type
it
story.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
The scene with him and Michael Keaton in the car,
It's good.
like one of the best scenes in like this entire uh cinematic universe, I'd say.
I'd say one of the better ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
just how tense it is.
Yeah, I always love those scenes where it's like the good guy and the bad guy don't quite know that they're at odds against each other, but that there's that
It,
tension.
I love how you can just see them start to or
They're
well,
like,
Pete obviously knows him, but like
yeah.
as Michael Keaton is like piecing it together, it's just so subtle. I love it.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, those
it's
scenes are
the
great.
yeah, it's the same thing that happened in the original Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire. Remember they were at the dinner table
Mm-hmm.
and Willem Dafoe saw the cut on his arm. He's like, "Oh
Mm.
shit."
It
Mhm.
reminds me. I think I like it so much because, like, the scene in The Departed with Jack
Mhm.
Nicholson and Leo at the dinner table in the restaurant. It's like, oh, there's a rat in my crew, and Leo's like, you're not blaming me. And like that scene is the peak example of like that tension between the two parties that they don't know that they're or one party doesn't quite know that they're at odds at each other.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm standing on the table that this is cinema.
Oh really? I mean I was gonna say B.
Like I think this is the best Spider-Man movie
Mm,
of the bunch.
that's
I
kind
know
of a
that
hot
that'll be
take.
a hot take. That
That
will be
will
a
be a
hot
hot
No,
take,
take.
but
no, I agree with that statement.
I mean I'd put it
um,
in cinema.
I'd put it. Yeah, I could do that. I could stand on that.
thank
He
you.
will concede. Sam will concede.
I think it's a low cinema, but like
Yeah,
low
if
low tier.
anything's
But
getting bumped, it will probably be it. But
uh,
um, Thor Ragnarok.
Cinema. It's
yeah,
not quite peak. I think it's
Yeah,
great for what it attempted to do.
it saved Thor
Mm,
for sure.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Um,
the first two Thors were big old pee pee poo poo.
yeah. So I mean, taking this jump is for sure a godsend.
I think bringing
Uh,
in Waititi Taika to do
wait,
the I don't know why I went last name first name.
you're a
Um,
librarian at heart.
well, I did work in a library in
So did I.
college. Yeah, oh yeah, you worked in the law library. That's right.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, we both worked in libraries at the same college, but two different libraries.
Yeah, I got the job at the law school, even though I shouldn't have got that job. I went to the job fair. I saw a library. I put my name down. Apparently, I was the only one who put my name down.
Yeah.
I got the job. And the next 4 years, I helped absolutely no one do anything except print.
Should have gotten a job at the actual library.
No, dude, it was perfect. I literally didn't have
You
to
didn't
do
have to do
anything.
anything. Oh man, no, I thought that Taika did a decent job with it. I mean, it was a good movie. It just
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't quite up at the level that the other ones were.
Mm-hmm. Next up, Black Panther.
I like Black Panther. I don't like
I
what
did
they
too.
did with Claw. I mean, he was
Yeah.
very throwaway in that movie, but Michael B. Jordan, woo,
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal.
I wish it had better effects. Like everyone dogs on like the final fight scene
Oh
because it
yeah,
literally looks like it's ripped from PS2.
it's bad.
But like Killmonger is up there as like one of just the best characters.
Not only in the MCU, but like one of the best
Mhm.
villains
Mhm.
ever.
So well written by
Mhm.
Coogler.
The
Where do-
Cougs, man.
Yee. Where are we putting it?
I would put it, man.
I
between
lean
B and
cinema.
Yeah,
between B
it's
and
like I
cinema.
want to
Like,
put it in
upper.
cinema, but man, that final fight was just not good. That CGI was really working overtime.
Yeah. I kind of wish they didn't. I lost the train of thought.
Nice.
I wish they didn't have like the first fight. But it's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's still a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's cinema.
All right, now we got the double whammy here: Avengers,
I don't know if
Infinity
you've heard
War.
of them.
These little low budget indie flicks.
Do we want to pair these two together?
Yeah, you might as well. They're basically one big story.
Infinity War and Endgame, right up in peak. Oh,
I was gonna say, yeah, it's gotta be number one, number two.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you guys like Infinity War or Endgame better?
Infinity War.
Yeah, I think I do. The idea of time heist is cool, but something about Infinity
I wasn't
War and that first like that's still where the hope is still alive type of struggle.
Simply the fact that they lose,
Mm.
I love it.
Yes. So that's a point that I like to bring up. It's always we never see that anymore. We never see when the heroes lose.
Mhm.
It's always a
Mhm.
great movie. This movie, Empire Strikes Back. Technically, the villains
Yeah,
win
the
at,
heroes lose.
the heroes lose. So, yeah, I just wish we would see more of that because that makes all these films coming out just predictable. Like you know the hero's gonna win in the end.
Yeah.
Like did we see this one all together? Was this the one where your car
No,
got
that was Star Wars.
No,
I think
Or
no, I
was it
don't think we
Infinity
saw
War?
this
it might have
movie
been. It might
together.
have been Avengers. Yeah, that
It might have been.
Avengers.
That was a time.
I don't know if
Yeah.
we've told
Had
this
to come-
story. Yeah. So I'll tell the story.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we were Aaron drove I think it was me. Coleman was there. Our friend
Yeah, our friend Matt.
he was there. Sam, were you there or no?
Yeah, no, I was there
Okay.
because
Maybe
go
it was
ahead.
Black Panther now that I think about it.
No, I think it was-
Because we went to see Black Panther with Tom. Remember?
Oh yeah.
And the guy at
That
the
was my
front of the
freshman
theater
year.
was like, "All right, welcome to AA, our first AA meeting," and everyone was like, "Shut the fuck up."
Us three, and then your brother Alex. I think we all saw something together too.
Mm,
Maybe it was Star Wars.
that might have been Star Wars.
A Star Wars.
But this one was definitely Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to the story.
Anyways,
Aaron drives us to his theater, which for whatever reason we decided to drive like 50 minutes away from our campus.
yep.
It was a distance.
Yeah, I don't know why we did that. To be honest,
It was also for Aaron, myself, and our friend Matt. It was like the last day of finals.
Yeah, it was finals week.
Your boy had a 8 a.m. final the next morning, and as we get out of the theater, Aaron's car is dead.
It won't start.
Won't start. Won't even turn over. I definitely have the video still on Snap.
Oh no.
Um,
We
but
had
we
a.
are
Go
yeah,
ahead.
we were just stranded there for like an hour before it was your dad, right, Sam?
It was my dad.
Yeah, came, jumped the car, and we were finally able to get home at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, and I also want to point out, like, I don't. First off, my car. It was my first car.
It was a shit box.
It was a real shit box. You
What
know,
was it, Saturn?
it was a 2000 Saturn SL1. It didn't
Do
have a
they
lot of
make
miles on
Saturn,
it. But
Saturn.
they don't even make Saturns anymore.
Yeah.
But it didn't have a lot of miles on it, but it was just, I mean, it was just a beater, like, first car, you know. And
No hate. I had a
no, it
beater
was
car
great.
too.
Yeah, it did its job for as long as I needed it to. But yeah, it was literally like one of those experiences where I was like, man, it's not great. And then on the way
Mhm.
home, we almost
You
ran out
were
of gas.
you were
We
on
were
E
I was
while we were
on
at the
E.
theater.
No. It wasn't that bad, but like about halfway
felt like
home,
it.
for sure, we hit E, and I was like, "Oh boy!" But I didn't want to stop the car because I didn't want to risk it not turning on again.
Yeah,
I was like, that was the one and only time where I was like full concert, like no one talked to me. We're getting home.
music's off, AC off. Like,
Dead quiet in the car.
if we have to push this car, we are gonna push this
Yep.
car.
Oh man, that was a time.
Past the final too. So sleep is for the weak. Anywho, quick rundown of where we're at. Just if you're an audio listener. Peak, we have Infinity War and Endgame, as well as the first Avengers, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and Captain America: Civil War. Now this is cinema. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Black Panther, Iron Man, Thor Ragnarok, and Spider-Man: Homecoming. B is Iron Man 3, Captain America, First Avenger, Avengers: Age of Ultron, and Doctor Strange. The mid cinematic universe consists of Ant-Man and Iron Man 2. Scorsese was right. Is just the Incredible Hulk for now.
For now.
And Pee Pee Poo Poo is solely occupied by Chris Hemsworth.
Thor 1
in
and 2.
4 and 2.
Oh
All right.
man. All right, well, let's get into this next one here. We've got Spider-Man Far From Home.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it when it first came out, but the more I think about it, it's very mid.
Yeah, I mean, I liked. I forgot his name, Mysterio,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
I thought that was a good villain, but it's the first one after Endgame, so it was tough.
Yeah.
It didn't help the Iron Man Jr. Comps.
Yep. Well, and that's
When the whole plot of the story was, I don't want to be the next Iron Man. Here, Jake Gyllenhaal, you be Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it in mid.
I'm good with mid.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Not gonna lie, don't remember a thing about this movie other than Evangeline Lilly.
I mean, Ghost was cool. I think that's her name.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I
Like-
forgot about that.
The first time I saw her, I thought she was pretty creepy, but then she was just kind of whiny most of the time. I would say Scorsese was right about this movie.
Okay. I mean, Scorsese was right about this movie.
The man knows ball. Next up, Captain Marvel.
This movie is way overhated, in my opinion.
Yep. I
I'm
was just about
so
to say
happy you said that.
that. Yep, I was
Because
just about to
there are
say that.
This would
people.
have been a real awkward podcast if it wasn't.
There are
You're like, oh,
people.
I fucking hated it.
No, and there are people who think that this movie is the worst thing the MCU has ever put out, and it's a good movie.
It's not
Oh my-
bad. Yeah.
Like totally. I like the concept being back. It's the only one that's really set back in like the 80s. We get a little bit of that
Yeah.
culture. We get to see young Samuel
Like
L.
fish-
Jackson.
Yeah, fish out of water story.
Yeah, I mean and the scrolls are dope as hell.
Oh yeah. I would say this is like B.
Yeah, I was gonna say B.
I would say B. Yeah.
Wow,
But yeah,
look at that.
It's just way overhated.
Yeah.
I don't understand how.
It's
people
all
do
the people who hate Brie Larson for no reason.
Because she doesn't smile. Fuck
It's
up.
so creepy. Some people are just so weird. They have such a weird view of people.
Dude, I don't know, not to get off on a tangent,
Uh-oh.
but I've seen the phrase parasocial so much recently.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly just talking about like Taylor Swift and her fans, but
Oh
like
God.
the level of involvement people think they have in like a celebrity's life is just absurd.
Oh boy. Well, moving on.
Moving on. We've entered the TV show.
The TV era.
Yeah. Starting with WandaVision.
I like WandaVision.
I liked it a lot until they stopped doing like the TV show kind of format.
Yeah, the sitcom eras.
Yeah, that was a good.
Yeah.
I think this is the TV show that either you like it or you hate it.
Yeah.
I think it was a good introduction to like, oh, we can tell these stories in like 6-7 episodes, but
Yeah. And we have friends too. One of our friends like hated the like sitcom stuff, the first 4 episodes of it. He's like, give me the action. Oh, it's like I don't want this. But then like and just totally disregarded the first 4 episodes being like that sitcom style setup. But I thought that was brilliant to do. I thought it was so cool. And like have them, it's a mystery. Like what's really happening? You're trying to unravel the mystery a little bit.
Or it's like, oh, what TV show are they going to emulate next week? You know?
because this was like peak pandemic too.
Oh yeah,
it was like no one was doing shit besides watching this and talking about it. So it's like, oh, like what are they gonna do for the 2000s?
Yeah,
I think they did Modern Family, but
yeah, they did.
I mean, it was a good. It got pretty sad too.
Was it Modern
whole,
Family or
like,
Malcolm
grief.
in the Middle that they did?
I think it was Modern Family.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I don't remember.
It's not.
I think
it's not a big deal.
No, I think it's B tier.
Yeah, I could put B tier. Could roll with B tier.
All right, next up, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I am here for the Sam and Bucky stuff. Was not about the rest of it really.
It
had high potential.
It did. I thought it was pretty boring.
Yeah. There's just nothing about it that was like the villain wasn't really that cool.
Uh-huh.
There was I had the most fun watching Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. That's it. Their scenes together were great. Other than that, I was like, this is whatever.
Well, even bringing back like Sharon Carter, like that was like
it was nice.
I forgot she was in
Power Broker. Oh, they brought Zemo back too.
Also forgot he was in it until just now.
I liked him. He actually got to wear his mask, his cute little hattie hat. Yeah, I don't know. It's just very
mid.
It's very formulaic.
It's very mid.
I'd go mid.
Yeah, I mean, I am excited to see. Not excited because nothing in this franchise besides Guardians get me excited, but I'm interested in the next Captain America. Loki, next up,
is good.
Probably the best TV show.
Yes,
in my opinion.
I agree.
So,
this is one of those shows where it's like I'm not even gonna bother. Like I'm just not gonna understand it. Cause I don't like the multiverse stuff at all.
Yeah. Well, I know you're not a
Um,
big time travel guy.
no, fucking hate it. Honestly, if I had my druthers, Endgame would be in pee pee poo poo, specifically for that. But Loki was probably my favorite show.
I mean, I would put it above WandaVision, but I wouldn't go much further than that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
It's
it's
in
like
cinema, honestly.
I was thinking cinema.
I don't know
okay.
because it's hard to judge these TV shows because Loki's gonna have another season.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah. I
so
mean, I thought that the mystery element of Loki was enough to kind of put it over the plus is like this whole new concept. Like
Mhm.
Loki's got to figure out the mystery with this bureau that of investigation basically that he doesn't know anything about anything. He's just as confused, but he's trying to solve this mystery.
and then
And
she meets.
it's got Owen Wilson, so
I was gonna say,
Mhm.
and he meets a female version of himself, and it's
Mhm.
like,
and
oh,
there's the
oh,
first
sexual
the first appearance of a certain actor that we probably shouldn't talk about.
Yeah. Man. I do like how they immediately were like, "Hey, remember all that shit about the Infinity Stones being so important?
Nah.
We use
Nah.
them as paperweights now."
Well, yeah, because there was the scene. He just opens a drawer, and there's a shit ton of Infinity Stones in there, and it's
Yeah.
just like put aside, like it's nothing.
Like, all
It's like, "Oh,
right.
you want one?" Yeah.
That was
I like
bold.
Loki.
That was bold, honestly. That was a bold move.
It is fun to see like the James Gunn interviews where he's just like, "Dude, I made that shit up in like half an hour."
Yeah.
Like I that man, I
He's got a
am
mind.
excited to see where he takes the DCEU. Next up, Black Widow.
The only I mean the characters were fun, but
CGI. Whew.
I mean, yeah, CGI is atrocious. I Taskmaster felt very wasted.
mm.
Oh, so wasted. Well, we're gonna see more of her,
hmm
but still, in this movie, definitely wasted.
Um,
Red Guardian, I mean David Harbour is always a win. Florence Pugh is always a win.
always a win. I think that keeps it out of pee pee poo poo, but
I put it in Scorsese. Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
Scorsese
I
was
could roll
right.
with Scorsese.
It just wasn't.
Mm.
Next up, What If?
I enjoyed What If.
I never saw it. So
Me neither.
I'm out of this one. Sam, it's
Yeah,
all your
Sam.
call.
Sam, what do you think?
I enjoyed it. It is overhated in my opinion. A lot of people didn't like it. I don't know why, but
As an uninformed person, I think it would have been cooler if nothing tied together and they were just like, oh, no, it's gonna be 8 just completely random situations, no ties whatsoever.
Mm.
I think that was for some of them. Yeah, they were.
Well, yeah, I think like the first bunch, and then it turned into like, oh, what if Ultron won,
Yeah.
and then that was the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they are coming out with the second season,
Mhm.
so I mean, um, it's between B and mid.
I'll give it.
If I would put it in B.
Okay. Well, then there it goes.
All right, so
We don't have any opinions because we never saw it. So
Mhm.
I guess that's right.
All right, Shang-Chi.
this is how you do an origin story.
Yes,
My favorite Phase 4 movie.
Shang-Chi
Easily.
is the best origin story that Marvel has made outside of Guardians.
and Iron Man. I'd say.
Well, I think it's better than Iron Man, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
I
it's-
mean, you couldn't have gotten a better lead for either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, like the fight scenes were incredible.
Yeah.
Uh,
That final fight scene too. That final battle was.
oh my
great.
god,
Mm-hmm.
With
the only
dragon.
one with a drag. I guess there are others with dragons, but
I mean, it was
like
cool.
the metal dragon.
The concept
say
is
it's cinema.
cool. I like how it dived into the Asian culture, and
Mhm.
it's just great.
Yeah,
I'd put it
I
in
say this is a high cinema,
high cinema. Yep.
All right.
Exactly.
right there. But Eternals next up.
Another overhated movie, I think.
Mm,
I kind of enjoyed
I do.
Eternals.
I liked the concepts and the characters were cool. It was way too much to fit into one movie.
I think it
Mhm.
was yes, yeah, that is right.
And that
Yeah.
definitely drags it down a bit. But
If
it
they had made
wasn't.
it, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's not as bad as people make it out to be.
If this was like a show where like each episode was like trying to get the whole Eternals back together, I think it would have worked. But
Mm,
like there's too many of them. I guess it made up for them like dying at the end, or some of them dying, some of them just left.
mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, there's a bit too much going on.
It does,
Um,
and it does set up what's his name, Black Knight or
P-
something like that.
Yeah.
yeah, Black Knight. The it, what are the things called? The Sentinel. No,
Since
Sentinels is X-Men.
the Celestials.
There
Celestials,
you go.
yes. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but
Who knows?
I've seen memes. It's like all these other TV shows and movies come out after Eternals. It's like there's just been a celestial in the middle of the ocean. For
Yeah,
all
not
this.
not one person has talked
this
about how
motherfucker
there's a
just jumped.
massive being rising out of the earth.
I will say they did have the cool shot of like just the celestial face from space,
Mm-hmm.
like in Earth. I would say
I wouldn't put it
mid.
higher than mid.
I
I
would
think
put it in
mid's
mid. Yeah, I'd put it.
mid's a good spot. Hawkeye, the TV show.
Controversial opinion. I like it.
I thought it was good.
Yeah,
That was
I
good
liked
too,
it. I liked how it dealt with again with PTSD and sort of
Mhm.
like the fallout from the events of and the personal effects. I mean, it delved into like these guys are superheroes, but like at the end of the
They're
day,
still good.
Hawkeye's just still a dude. Like he doesn't have like super strength. Yeah, he's got the super ability to shoot arrows,
Mhm.
but like he's not like a Hulk or a Captain America or a Thor, and
Yeah,
battles
I
take
would.
a toll.
I did like that in Age of Ultron too, where there's like, yeah, we acknowledge he's just a dude,
Mm-hmm.
but like we need him.
Yeah.
Getting Haley Steinfeld,
Oh,
perfect.
amazing. She's amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh, and the dog, just because I could see him in the poster,
The
cute,
dog.
cutest little guy.
Yeah.
Um,
I
the
thought that
villains,
yeah.
I
No,
couldn't care less about them.
yeah, the Echo storyline I don't think warranted enough to be their own like
Oh, I think they ruined.
story.
I think they ruined Kingpin.
Kingpin, yeah.
Mhm.
That brings
I
it
think,
down a little
yeah,
bit, but I
It was
still
still good.
enjoy
I
it.
was saying, but
like it's just it's a fun little ditty.
Mm.
Did you see that like Echo is just gonna get released all at once?
Yep, I did see
yeah,
that.
I feel bad, but I think it's kind of the smarter move. Like I don't know how many people are gonna want to who are gonna like mark their calendars every week.
Well, and the problem is like it's been so long since Hawkeye and they've released so many projects since then that like who gives a shit about Echo? No one cares.
Mhm.
Like the
Yeah.
reason that some of these others were so successful is like I mean I know it's like a to the extreme example, but the reason that Endgame worked so well after Infinity War partly is because there was nothing else released between Endgame and Infinity War. So you had a year to think about like holy shit, this is coming next.
Mm-hmm. That's the interesting thing because it feels like now they've really started branching out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like the theme of everything is like the multiverse, but like everyone's kind of doing their own thing, which I
Mm,
at least like. Like I don't think everyone is just gonna come at the drop of a hat. Like everyone's dealing with their own shit now.
yeah.
Um, where are we putting Hawkeye? I'd say B.
Yeah, I'm
that's
good with
pretty
B.
fair. Yeah, okay, yeah, oh, good with me.
Uh, Spider-Man: No Way Home.
I liked it when I saw it. I like it less now that I've had more time to think about it, only because of how much it really dove into like the cameos and like bringing back the old Spider-Man and the old villains, and it sacrificed a lot to do that. I think
There was
that
a
brings it
lot of
down.
I was gonna say there's a lot of hype around it when yeah.
Yeah, I think first watch if you were able to see it in theater unspoiled. Oh, I'm sure that was like
It was awesome.
that
Oh,
was
that was
like the closest you were gonna get to seeing God,
Well,
and still being alive. Um,
not quite.
post like seeing it a couple of times after, or like seeing it for the first time after you already know that Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina, they're all back. It kind of loses the sparkle.
Yeah, it does for sure. You can start to see like the holes in the actual movie.
Well, because I think what I heard was like because of COVID, like the timelines got mixed up. Like projects were kind of delayed and
Mm-hmm.
uh, released out of order. Because like Doctor Strange was supposed to be first in the multiverse of madness,
Mm-hmm.
but because Spider-Man came out first, they had to try to just jam in like the multiverse into it. It's
It's a little
yeah.
yeah. It's a little weird.
It kind of ruined it, but it I love Andrew Garfield. I will never not want to see him on my
Oh
screen.
man, Andrew Garfield is the goat.
Yeah. Um, and I do like that. Hopefully now they're like, all right, Spider-Man, you're not an Avenger.
Hopefully.
Do your own shit. Uh,
Hopefully.
where are we putting it?
I mean, I was thinking mid, to be honest.
I was gonna go to B.
I was thinking low B. Like I think it's definitely I think it's a tier above those in B
Okay. Okay. I'll go with it.
or in mid. Moon Knight.
Eh. Had
Moon
such
Knight.
potential.
I feel like it's the exact same thing as Spider-Man for me. First time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, this is sick! I love Oscar Isaac. Like this character looks so cool." And then I tried rewatching, and I was like,
Why do I
"Damn!
care?
Like they don't show Moon Knight enough.
Yeah.
Like I get,
And then like the character goes through all this development and at the very end it's just like ah
yeah, actually,
development.
there's a third
Yeah.
mind in his head.
Stupid. I
Yeah,
don't know. Mid or Scorsese, to be honest for me.
Go mid.
Same.
I would mid.
yeah. I think mid's fair. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness,
Or how you would like to put it,
the
Connor.
midness, Multiverse of Midness.
Doctor Strange mom.
I liked it.
Yeah,
it
I think I
was-
hated it too hard.
It was I was expecting a lot more. I don't know. Development on the multiverse or
Yeah.
development on like other things related to the other movies.
They made a
Mhm.
lot of bold choices and some of them worked, some of them didn't. I liked the idea of making Wanda the villain. I thought that
Mhm.
was good. I thought that they set up the motivations well. I also
Mhm.
think that Sam Raimi brought his style to it, but that style was just a little too weird for Marvel.
I'm gonna take it the other way. I don't think he went deep enough.
Mm.
I think his style was hampered by like the Marvel.
Well, yeah, I mean,
formula.
for sure it wasn't full Raimi, but even the Raimi that we got was it just didn't feel right for an MCU movie.
Yeah, it had certain levels of camp, but not the right ones.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty like raunchy and gory, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean Wanda rips
Freaking
Charles
Reaper-
Xavier's head in half.
and
Mhm.
Reaper birds. These are just. But
It was fun that everyone wanted John Krasinski to be Mr. Fantastic, and he gets turned into spaghetti almost immediately.
Yeah, I do appreciate, and this is another Twitter thread that I saw like today, or maybe it was a TikTok. Is like, I appreciate how like they took the like cameos, the fan service, and said, okay, it's here and now it's gone. So don't fucking talk about it anymore.
It's like, here, you happy?
Yeah, literally.
Spaghetti.
It's like
Well,
that's probably how it went to in the writers' room. Like Raimi was like, God, you serious? I gotta include fine. Fucking Mr. Fantastic equals spaghetti. It's gone.
Apparently, they're gonna have like, what's the guy's name? Mortem. Have him get decapitated
Mm,
and just like have his head get thrown into the room. That would have been so cool.
yeah.
It's super fucked up that I'm saying it like that, but
It's like, oh, you want a Captain America but a girl version? Fucking dead.
oh, we're cutting her
cut,
in
it,
half.
cut her in half with her own shield.
Yeah. These are supposed to be the best. Oh, you want this guy that can literally kill you with his voice? Dead.
We're
Guess what? He
Spoil
can't.
his one weakness.
What mouth?
He can't talk.
What
he
mouth?
he can kill you with one word out of his mouth. What mouth?
I love that. That is such
It was
like
so
a
fucking
campy
dumb.
like villain trope that they turned it
That's-
on its head.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's Sam Raimi. Like,
Yeah.
oh, what mouth?
It's like normally it's the villain that's like, I'm gonna use my laser beam on you, and they're like,
And
well,
it's
I
like,
know
what
there's a
laser
laser
beam?
beam now.
It's like in Predators, like the remake of one of them, where the human villain in that movie just gets his head blown off by the alien cannon that's perched on his own shoulder.
It's like,
I put
oh,
it in
man.
mid, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm good with
Yeah,
that.
I refuse to leave the bit.
Multiverse of Midness. I mean, it is. At the end of the day, like we're gushing over a very very small segment of this long movie.
Yeah. Next up, Miss Marvel.
Never saw it.
I gave one episode a shot, but at this point, I was very burnt out on like coming of age movies.
Mm.
So I also gave it a pass. I've heard like nothing, like the characters are good. It just fell into the trap of like the Marvel Disney Plus show formula,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, here's a bunch of action, and now we're gonna cut away for 2 episodes for backstory.
Yep.
Sam, did you see it?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. I've seen all these, so
Okay, yeah. So Sam,
Your opinion.
I think it sets up well for like the Marvels movie coming out later this year. I'd put it at mid.
Okay.
okay. A lot of Phase 4 in mid.
Oh, low mid, very low mid. But I think there's a couple good. I think there's a couple good episodes, but
Still only two movies in pee pee poo poo.
Well, about to be 3, baby. Thor: Love and Thunder.
Really, you hate it that much, huh?
I did not like it
Mm.
at all.
I think Gore was a wasted villain.
Mm. It was
Everyone
weird.
It was weird. I think it was too Taika.
It went
like,
over the top. I will say
my
that.
It wasn't funny. Like Screaming Goats haven't been funny since like
2008.
when Twitter
Maybe.
first was around, or Vine, when Vine was around.
Yep.
Like that was the first and last time that Screaming Goats were funny.
There was way too much comedy in this movie. That
Literally, I knew I was gonna hate this movie when in the trailer, it was that the one moment in the trailer was where it was like a bomb, no, a radio, and then they start jamming. It's like, come on, it's so stupid.
The villain's name is Gore the God Butcher. Show me him butchering gods.
He literally got one scene right in the
Where he's-
beginning.
Yeah. Like I get they don't want to make it too graphic. I get it. But that's literally
Sometimes
like
you
his
gotta.
character. just have him kill all the gods and not Thor. I think it was pee pee poo poo.
Wow, we're gonna do a 3 for 4 with Thor in pee pee poo
No,
poo.
I'm not putting that one.
I was gonna put it in Scorsese.
I was gonna
Okay.
put it in mid.
Oh,
Oh wow, we are all over the place.
I mean, it wasn't good.
Still in the bottom tier, but
It was. I think
be
mid
okay
is
with
giving it too much credit. To be
I'd
honest,
be okay with
I-
I'd be
I-
okay with
yeah.
Scorsese.
I'll meet you in the middle. Scorsese was right.
yeah,
Because I do think Gore was still like Christian Bale was never bad.
yeah.
She-Hulk.
But speaking of what deserves to be in pee pee poo poo,
She-Hulk.
dude,
man.
I had so much hope for this. I really did. But like, and M and I watched this every episode it came out, and we were both hopeful. Like, this has got to be. It's got to be going somewhere. It's got to be going somewhere. And then it just didn't. And literally, I remember very distinctly. We finished watching the season, and we both looked at each other like, "That was it. That's what this was." And it was like, what?
The best part was Daredevil when he
Yeah.
showed up in. You know,
Yeah.
I thought the
I mean-
idea of a superhero having to, like, especially a Hulk, having to deal with the duality of like, okay, I'm a person, but I'm also this superhero. That was a really cool concept. They didn't do anything with it. They
Like-
center on Tinder dates. That's about it.
Yeah, like Tatiana Maslany is a fantastic actress. Like I was watching Stronger the other day. Quite good in it. And there's another TV show where I always see it on my TikTok where she just plays like a bunch of different characters and like I know she's a good actress.
no, she is.
The comedy just doesn't land enough for me.
Mm.
Like I think I tapped out maybe a couple episodes in.
Mm-hmm.
And once I saw Meg the Stallion.
Oh,
Loved
that
Meg.
was the worst cameo
Loved Meg.
too.
Wait, what?
It was such a
That is-
shameless like cameo.
that is like-
why?
I mean, listen, that and the Jack Black and Lizzo cameo from
oh
The
my
Mandalorian.
god! Don't even.
Out
And
of
Christopher Lloyd.
context.
Don't worry. Don't forget
Oh,
about Christopher Lloyd too.
As someone who didn't watch any of those shows, seeing those videos just pop up on my Twitter, I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah.
I don't want to put in pee pee
It's
poo
pee
poo.
It's pee pee poo poo.
I-
It's pee pee poo poo.
It's
It's it's. I'm putting
Oh
my foot down.
God. We are exactly the people she was making fun of in the show.
Yeah, well-
actually, hold on. I think Daredevil bumps it up a little bit.
Mm,
I'd put-
I don't think it does it enough. If
But-
the show went somewhere, it would have been better. But it went nowhere. Nothing happened.
it didn't really. It was just. It didn't really do anything for like the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, not only that, but it didn't even do anything for the show. It was like I watched it and said, "Okay, there it is,"
It was
and
like
now
an
it's
I was gonna say it was an origin story, but it didn't originate anything.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, it was kind of just like, oh, here we are. Like at least with Moon Knight, to a fault, they explained the character
Mm.
in vivid detail.
Mm.
She-Hulk, sorry, pee pee poo
It's
poo.
pee pee poop. I don't care. I don't care. We've
Directs
made
all
a
your
lot
hate
of
at Aaron Souza.
directed at me. Look,
Yeah.
we have reason. It's not just like, oh, woman bad. Like, no, we have reasons for it. It's, I mean, look, I'm not gonna bump up a show that was bad because it stars a woman who called out misogyny in the show. Like, yeah, misogyny is fucking shit. Make a better show. What do you want?
Especially Marvel, when the whole "oh, don't worry, she's got help" scene
Yeah.
from Endgame.
Yeah,
Like it's so fucking painfully.
it's so pandering. Like they're literally just like, yeah, women, woo. It's like,
That's why I fucking love The Boys. when they made fun of that, and then they actually had a scene of women kicking ass.
mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Anywho, Werewolf by Night.
I loved Werewolf.
It's fine.
Me too.
It was too short, but it was good.
Oh, it was it was definitely too short. I wish it was gone on longer.
Yeah, it should have been its own movie. I loved it.
All right.
Because it. Oof.
It's just so
So
different. It's just so different.
exactly, this came out October. I was kind of in the midst of like a nice horror movie binge, so my brain was kind of like tilted way too far in the horror aspect. And I was like, "Oh, this thing's not scary." Like, there's like one cool scene, like the long take of him just ripping apart guards.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I've seen it again. I'm like, "Oh wow, I love this."
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
The fact that they really went hard into practical effects was really a smart idea.
mhm. The black and white aesthetic too,
Mm-hmm.
perfect. Truly captured like the universal monsters. I would say it's cinema.
Yeah,
I was
I'm good with
putting
that.
stuff too, yeah.
I'm good with that.
I'm interested in what they're gonna do for things like this in the future. Like if they're gonna
It would
go
be
on like the same route as that.
Yeah.
it would be so funny. Do you guys know what happened? Like, I think it was Universal. They tried to make their own dark universe, like with Frankenstein, Wolfman,
Mm-hmm.
the Mummy. It just went absolutely nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
It would be so
What
funny if
for what?
Marvel. Oh, so remember, oh fuck, when was it? The Tom Cruise Mummy movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was meant to spark this bigger universe where you'd have like not Antonio Banderas. What's the guy's name? Basically you loop in the Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula, and make that like its own shared universe.
Interesting.
And the mum, yeah, which would have been cool. They've been trying it for over like 100 years now, I think.
Yeah.
Because
Never works.
Abbott and Costello did that too.
Yeah, it has never
Damn,
worked.
that's a throwback.
It would be so funny if Marvel's like, you know what?
It's gonna work.
We got a werewolf.
He's
We can make a mummy.
Yeah.
Make a We'll get Morbius over here, and we'll call him Count Morbius.
or you could just bring in Nick Cage from Renfield and
Oh lordy.
Make your own dark universe. I would be there for it.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Wakanda forever.
Coming up towards the end.
Yeah, 4 left.
I think Wakanda Forever was very good. I was very impressed.
I didn't finish it, not because it was bad or anything, but I just got rid of Disney Plus.
Fair enough.
So haven't had the opportunity to finish
I
it.
liked it. I liked
It was
it.
a long. I think it was a little bit too much of a long movie.
It was long.
They could
But
have ended.
the characters that they introduced were interesting. They each brought like an interesting dynamic. It was always going to be tough since the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman to do another Black Panther movie. It was going to be almost impossible. But I thought what they did was really good. I mean, it was emotional, you know, and it showed it basically was almost like another origin story, but it fit into the rest of the what's going on in the MCU at the time.
Mm-hmm. That scene on the boat in like the first third hooks me in. Like those, what were the fish
yeah.
people called again?
Uh,
Fish people.
Talokan.
Yeah, the fish people were like pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
Where do we want to put it?
I was thinking cinema, but that's my opinion.
I was gonna go B.
I could go high B.
I could live with high B.
Oh, yikes.
Quantum Mania.
Yikes.
I think Chris Hemsworth is gonna have a little friend down there.
Really? You think? I don't think it was that bad.
It was terrible.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
I would rather watch the other two Thor movies than
Really?
that movie again.
I mean, if we're going to talk about like something saving a movie, He Who Shall Not Be Named saved this movie. And you can read my review on it and I'll stand by it. This movie, pretty garbo for most of it. And the main issue I had with it was that it just nothing happened that was super consequential. Like, point A started in one spot, and then you finished in the same spot, and there was nothing, no growth, nothing happened. There was no character growth. There was no one died. There was no stakes. It was just happened. And then, the big bad that they defeated, there's a million other of them. So what does it matter? There's no point. Literally, this movie was just a trailer for the next phases of the MCU, and that's it.
That's the thing. It feels like Ant-Man, they were just like, fuck, we want to tell this story, but like, who can we just fill in? Like, we don't have Spider-Man right now.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't made an Ant-Man in a while.
Yeah.
We'll fight. We'll have him fight he who shall not be named. Yeah.
I was
I
really
just
expecting
had
at
it
least
all.
someone to die in that movie.
Yeah.
What I was very vocal that I thought Ant-Man was gonna die, and I
Mhm.
stand on that he should have.
Mhm.
Especially if they're gonna cast like a prominent actress to replace his daughter. Because that's pretty much what all of like Phase 4 was. It was just like, oh, here's your legacy character. Here's who's replacing them.
Yeah, right. Out with the
exactly.
old and with the new.
Yep, all the new, Hawkeye, Hulk, and
Yep.
Hulk, your new Cap.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they should have killed everyone off.
I mean, I still think that it's better than Pee Pee Poo Poo. It's Scorsese at the least. It's
I
not
don't know, man.
worse than Thor: Love and Thunder.
The problem is now, because of the controversy,
Mm.
I think it's hard to really stand on it. I can put it high pee pee poo poo.
Okay.
Like it's
fine.
at the top of the bowl.
Fine.
It's like that the toilet paper on top.
or the skid marks that.
That stay on the rim or on the
skid
bowl.
mark. It's the piece that crests over the water because you've just been on the toilet for so long.
It's the bit that like when you really eject it hard, it's like sticks on the bowl.
No, it's like Poseidon's kiss.
Yeah. It's the part that when you flush the first time, it doesn't go down. So you have to flush again.
You have to do it again. Oh man, that's nasty.
This is disgusting. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, what a gross little bit.
The pee pee poo poo taco.
What a gross bit. Oh man.
All right, moving on. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Do I do it?
A fucking great movie.
Yeah, that's peak. That is
I love
the
this.
easiest peak on this whole list. Have you guys all seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, Connor.
Oh,
I know.
You love Guardians. I mean, it is the best one.
I know.
Did you cry during it
Twice.
with the rocket scene?
Yes.
Yep. me too.
Spoil it. Boys, I'm gonna see it.
Go see it and then get back to us. That is my favorite of the three, and it's not even close. And the first two are really good.
I love that movie.
And so to round out our list, we got the Guardians Holiday Special. Wow.
Did you guys see this?
Yup.
No, I didn't.
Kevin Bacon. That's about it.
It wasn't bad. Actually.
It was fun. It's a good little Christmas special.
It wasn't super cool, but
it was fine. Yeah, it wasn't terrible. It was fine.
I put it in B or mid.
Yeah. B. Let's go B. It's B.
Damn.
And that's it. I'm not gonna name off where we put every movie because that is a lot of work. But if you listen this far into the episode, we will be putting this out on Twitter. Mm-hmm. So if you want to hear us debate, you're listening to this episode. Wow, that is, nice titling. You've heard us debate it. If you want to see the final list, the final how we decided, go to our Twitter at the Film Box, and you'll be able to see it.
Whoops.
Oh,
Yep, it'll be there.
Oh Jesus. We almost lost it, ladies and gentlemen. We almost lost it.
You saw it here first. Connor almost fucked up again.
Yep. Yeah, so you can go to @Filmbox Reviews, and you'll be able to see it there. I'll post it after this episode goes live. But yeah, well, I think that's this has been a pretty productive
do it.
episode. Yeah. We really crushed it, I think. That's actually
Oh,
a pretty
no.
good rating. Oh no. Did you just lose it?
My Audacity stopped recording after 21 minutes.
Well, it's a good thing I've got 2 recordings.
Thank God.
Woo! And
Yeah.
that's going to do it for this episode. If you like what you've been listening to, you can give us a follow, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and yeah, do all that fun stuff. And follow us on Twitter. I want to thank Josh Woodward for our awesome theme music. I want to thank, you beautiful people for listening. Follow us on socials. Follow us on Letterboxd. We're going to go make sure that we have audio, and we'll see you next time on this episode
You
of the
almost
Film
saw a
Box
grown man
Podcast.
cry.
Bye.